Hey!
Zalina! Hello!
Hello, hello.
How are you, baby?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I think I'm on Killian's or Demos because it showed up Killian instead of Nikki, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
He's somewhere.
I was gonna say, I was like, oh, I see a Killian here. I'm wondering, do we have any guests here that I'm missing?
I just saw you sent me a message about if I want to join on the Twitch thing.
Yeah. So
I'm
basically,
useless. I have no clue what I'm doing.
well, you look professional. Your headset is awesome.
It's Demos, like, because he has a podcast he also does, like, every Thursday.
Okay.
So he always uses the headset, and I was like, why do you use the headset? And he was like, honestly, you can hear each other better, and it makes me feel like, I don't know, like one of those sexy gamers. Like you. I look like
you. Fuck yeah, you do look better, bitch. That's awesome.
Oh, you cuss?
Yeah, I do.
Naughty. I like it.
Well, so first, just so you know.
I see it on my phone.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's it. Look at your sexy gamer self.
Oh my goodness. Oh, everyone's saying hi, Nikki. Hello. Oh.
Dude, so just so you know, my viewership jumped up about 200 or so, a little more than 200 because you're here. People are fucking stoked to have you on here. So I was like, yeah.
They just like the sexy Scottish accent.
I mean, it's got to be part of it too. It's part of you.
I love it. And you do a very good Scottish accent, and I'm sure your fans have heard you do a Scottish accent.
That is probably the most requested thing since you taught me how to to do it. But it's funny because, like, I told you, though, I was like, they're like, oh, that's a great Scottish accent. How'd you, like, do it? Have you been doing it for a while? I was like, no, I literally just called Nikki Cross, like, the day of taping, and I was like, teach me how to say Scottish things.
What was it you asked? You asked for a specific word. Was it Braveheart?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I said you can either go two ways about it. You can either say Braveheart, which is how a Glaswegian would say it. Like, I'm a Glaswegian, so you could either just say like Braveheart and you just get it. You just write it out, or you can put some stank in it and you say Braveheart. Brave heart, and really draw it out. It's completely up to you. Both are acceptable. Both are awesome.
But I feel like yours is just my favorite because it's followed by so much sass and so much just like I don't know.
The only person who call me sassy.
Is that no? That can't be right.
Usually I get called like, sex bomb, the sexy Scottish teapot, but I don't often get sassy. I don't get sassy.
Maybe you'll be the sassy Scottish sex pot.
Oh, I like that. Oh.
That just kind of rolled off the tongue, so I feel like that fits you.
You said it very naturally. Just
but like,
rolled off the tongue.
Funny enough, like somebody was like, "Oh yeah, you and Nikki are both crazy." I was like, "Yeah, me and Nikki have always been both crazy, but we were always known to be crazy." But different ways, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like in NXT, I remember specifically, like, oh yeah, she's crazy, like Latin crazy, like she might stab you kind of crazy. And then Nikki's crazy, like she's straight up crazy, like she'll fuck you up, like that's Nikki.
That's like and I loved I loved that, like, and it was just different. Like there's just so many different ways to like explore just different aspects of both our personalities, like and on screen. But I love the Hurricane Rana from the apron you would do. I think the first time I ever saw you do that, like my mind was blown. I was like, ah!
Oh, I love you. Thank you.
And that was cool. I love that. You need I think you could do that I think you could do that. I've seen you do it in heels.
You know what? I've done it in they're like chunks. No, they're not called chunks. What are they called? The heels wedges. Oh God, chunks. Wedges.
Chunks.
Yes.
Look. I'm not gonna say that again.
Little chunks.
Little chunks, little chunkies.
Yes.
I just don't know how you do it. Like, I don't know how you, like, I am so, like, I love my trainers, my trainees, my sneakers, tennis shoes, whatever we say. I'm just, or boots. I can't do heels. Like, I don't, the way you, like, can walk down the ramp and, like.
Oh, you mean like Bambi? Have I walked down the ramp like Bambi? That's what you mean?
Who says you, what?
Oh.
I wouldn't mess with Bambi, and I wouldn't mess with Selena. It's as simple as that.
Dude,
how you do it, man?
I fell one time, and yeah,
what?
Yeah. Well, it was one of those like things where you buckled, and The way it happened too, like I was walking and they told me as I was walking, I was like, oh yeah, you gotta walk fast. And I was like, I gotta do what? You see what I'm wearing,
You knew
right?
what fast?
Walk fast.
Take a look at this. Take a look at this.
Exactly. And I was like, what? Y'all could have told me that like 5 minutes ago when I was all the way over there. But no, okay. So I was like, so then I was like doing one of these. I was like, you better, you know, get him stuff and things. Yeah. And they kept it. I remember.
Of course they kept it. Of
right.
course.
Dude, when they did, I like, you know, I came to the back. No one said a thing. I was like, oh, maybe they just didn't catch it on camera. Maybe the camera was on the boys, whatever. No, I got to the girls' locker room. Then Nia was like, yo, you fell. And I was like, damn it.
There's always one that catches you.
Yeah.
There's always one. I'm trying to remember now if I've ever felt like, I've definitely fallen. No, I've definitely fallen. Do you remember like we had that NXT venue and it was in Atlanta, Georgia?
Yes. Oh my God, the worst.
Those, and like I love it. You come out and you're trying to look like a bad arse. Like you're trying to look like you're set in your ways and you're cool, and then you literally are like you have to look down to make sure you don't fall down the stairs.
Yeah.
So like you're in the mode, and then you just have to like, oh, don't let me trip down these stairs. And I actually think one of the nights I jumped the stairs. Like I jumped the last 2 steps, but I didn't realize how steep it was.
Oh my God.
And I landed and I was like, well, I just like, wow, I've got some luck of the Irish on my side.
There you go.
Probably could have broke my ankle there, but it was, you know, Nikki Cross.mp4 was very wild. Like she jumped around a lot.
She could have done anything and it would have looked like it was on purpose, I feel.
She's just wild, you know. I just can't contain her. She can't be tamed. I can't be tamed.
I literally was just going to do the same thing. That's so funny.
I can't be tamed.
Dude, one time I had to do like some kind of running or something, but those same steps. So I'm like,
yes.
I kind of had a fast-paced walk, and then all of a sudden it's like chick, 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 down the stairs, and then you kept going, so it's like tick, tick, tick. You look all stupid, like running like this. I was like, oh God.
And it's a gorgeous, like it is an amazing venue.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good venue. It's just those stairs.
Yeah, that's like literally the only thing that made me go, oh God.
Because I remember they had a really good basement.
Mm-hmm.
And like like Sani we had cut one of our best promos in this really dirty, damp basement. And we don't really have basements in Scotland. So even the idea of basements kind of blows my mind a little bit.
Really?
Like, yeah, like it's just not really like. I mean, it's maybe not a Glaswegian thing. Like maybe in Scotland, like where all the sheep are, where all the sheep in the hills are.
Mm-hmm.
That those areas of Scotland, but Glasgow, like it's not really you just don't really get basements.
That's
like,
crazy.
You'll get like you can get attics, but a lot of the time the attics aren't like safe.
Right.
To go into.
That's so crazy.
So you avoid like, I mean, I remember we moved into our house and when we were 10 and we just weren't allowed up in the loft or the attic. It was just dangerous. I'm like, what the hell is up there? Like, what is up there that I'm not allowed to go up? And you're trying to explore because you're 10 years old, but you're not allowed up in that attic, that loft. I'm like, there's a poltergeist up there, ghoulies. What the F? Like, what is up there?
I want to imagine that it's a poltergeist now, just cause.
Just cause. A Scottish poltergeist.
Oh my God, imagine that.
I don't even know what that would entail. Would they sound like that guy from The Simpsons? Like, what, like, because we have to thank Groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons for, the...
There you go, the representation.
The representation.
Yes.
I actually love The Simpsons now. I went through a phase where I hated The Simpsons, and I actually now love The Simpsons.
Really?
I went through such a weird phase where I don't know, I just preferred like Family Guy and American Dad.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I was like, oh no, I don't like The Simpsons. And Damo loves The Simpsons, so he's just like, be quiet. Like he's just like, you know what you're talking about. And then I think it was the Treehouse of Horror. Treehouse of Horror.
Is it? Oh, I don't know.
The scary episodes, the Halloween specials.
Oh, I don't know which one. I haven't seen too much of The Simpsons, so I know of it, but I'm not like
okay, so
super
they do
fan.
like these do like these Halloween specials, and they did one where they took the IP out of Cape Fear. So they've
God.
done some really cool, like, scary stuff that's funny. So I was like, oh, okay, I could get into The Simpsons. And then we've been watching it, like, on Disney Plus. So I'm like, oh, maybe The Simpsons.
Oh, like, they have it on Disney Plus?
Mm-hmm. They have, like, every episode. I don't know about new seasons, but they have all the, like, at least up to, like, season 12, I think. I might be wrong, but I think they have up to, like, season 12.
See, that's interesting, because I feel like I need to explore Disney Plus a little bit more. There's, like, a few, hey, Justin Gamer Lover, thank you. There's a bunch of things I didn't notice. So that's, like, a sub, by the way. Like, if someone subs to me, yeah, that's the noise.
They like Triessa Horror, too.
Yeah. Well, somebody actually was asking, because I know, like, I could talk to you for freaking hours and just enjoy every second.
I could easily talk to you for hours, easily.
But some of them were asking questions. Were you ever thinking of joining Twitch?
I honestly, I don't really know what Twitch is or Twitch was. So I'll tell you a story. So my friend messaged me like a few months ago. She's from Scotland, and she was started to get, started on Twitch. And she was like, "Oh, would you please, would you please join? Please follow me. It would really mean a lot to me." So I was just like, "Yeah, okay. I don't really know what it is, but yeah, I'm all on board. Like, if a friend needs me, I'm going to be like, okay, what do you need? Like,
sure.
Let's take care of business." So so I download it. So it is an app on my phone. And then, I kind of like, I clicked on her channel a couple of times, and then it kind of frightened me a little bit. Like, it was a little bit like scary. So I was like, okay, I love you, and I'm still going to keep following you, but I'm probably never going to open this app again.
Right.
But then, I saw that, and then I see that a lot of our peeps are doing it.
Yeah.
And then you asked me last week, you were like, do you want to come on? I was like, I don't really know what it is, and I don't understand it, but let's try it, baby.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it'll be like, I'm happy to like come on and like talk to my friends, and like join in on people's Twitches, but I don't think it'll be something I would launch on my own. I'm useless at games. I'm terrible at games. I don't really know technology. Like, basically turning on the laptop and getting the password is like a win for me. So I just don't see it in my future, but I'm happy to like come in and like chat to like just like join in on other people's. Well,
we love that you're here for that too. That's amazing of you. Thank you.
Yeah, I get to talk to Mazzelina, so I'm like, okay, my Thea, so
hell yeah.
I just don't see it in I just don't think I'll do it for myself, but I think it's like it seems like a very cool thing.
Oh no, bro, I feel like I could convince you. Oh no.
Honestly, I've like but it's what the kids are doing these days. That's what the kids are doing.
It is. And I will say, though, you already got a jump start. I'm seeing the awesome little action figure deal you got there.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. Oh,
Which
yeah.
one? Yeah. So I don't know if you can see it.
I can see him. Oh, yeah.
I've got some. Do you see the pop figures? I've got some pop figures.
Hell yeah.
I've got 11 from Stranger Things. I've got Ruth from Glow. I've got Bob's Burgers characters.
Oh.
I love Bob's Burgers. I love Bob's Burgers. I've got like R2D2 and like BB-8 Star Wars things. So yeah, a little bit, just a little something. And I've got little Demo and Nikki figures. I
love this. I feel like I'm getting to know a little bit more of you because I didn't know you had pop figures, and I'm obsessed with pop figures.
Really?
So yeah, I'm obsessed with them. So right away I was like, what is that? I want to know.
Yeah. A little bit of I've actually got Captain Marvel too. I just realized I have Captain Marvel.
There you go.
Because I think like my friends started buying them for me, like just for like my birthday or something like that.
Yeah.
So I ended up building but my friends all had that idea at once, so I guess great minds think alike.
Yeah.
So I got like a little collection started. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm not really a big collector of things, but I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I like this.
Yeah. That looks really cool. What's the pink one? It's like pink hair.
One? Okay, so that's Louise Belcher with the pink hat, and then you've got Butt Loose.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know what Butt Loose Tina has got in mind. And then I also, just while I'm here, I have a Pusheen pencil case.
Oh, how cute!
Little Pusheen pencil case.
That's so cute.
Hello, Pusheen. I'm obsessed with Pusheen. She is a global genius. She is a marketing expert. We could all learn from Pusheen. She's an entrepreneur. Like I have pajamas of Pusheen, slippers of Pusheen, pencils, pens, purses, masks. Like I have everything of Pusheen.
Okay.
She's a legend, Thea.
She's a legend, hell yeah.
We could all take a part of Pusheen's playbook. Genius.
Well, I'm automatically like jealous of that pencil case. That's freaking cute as hell.
Oh. She gets a little. She can get a little temperamental though sometimes. Like if I work her too hard, like she likes to sleep. Right now she's sleeping because there's the zip, but she just likes to. She's a very placid. She's very laid back. She doesn't like being stressed out. She doesn't, but she can get feisty if you interrupt her too much. So. You leave her be.
Oh, so Hut Trader 26 asks Nikki, how do you like being teamed up with Lexi?
I love her. Like, come on, I love that. You already know that, Thea.
Yeah.
To me, this, it's been able to work with Lexi for the last year and a bit, year and a half. She's so easy to work with. We just have fun in it, but at the same time, like, we're similar in a lot of ways, but we're very dissimilar in a lot of ways. She's a massive Disney person. I like that. I mean, I like Disney. It's just more like Star Wars Disney, that element.
Yeah.
But she's and we're similar in a lot of ways and different in a lot of ways, but we're both very like driven people.
Yeah.
So like we like to have fun, but we like also we take our work seriously. And it's just one of those things that just clicks. Really,
absolutely.
Like, and with like I know like the people you've been partnered with on screen, like you've always clicked really like well with them too, and it's just I think it's just right away when something's going to work, and I think with Lexi I knew instantly, okay, this is going to work, like this is good, let's keep going with this and let's keep exploring a friendship, and that's kind of something I want to keep doing. Is exploring the friendship and seeing different elements, because as real life friendships and friendships off screen, they grow and develop and they go through different phases because we all evolve and change as people. So I think that if we can show that on screen and show an authentic female like friendship, I think that could be something quite powerful. Like
absolutely.
I think it could be really good. I think so.
Absolutely. And it's funny because like sometimes you can see two people and go, oh, they're great individually, but then when you put them together, you're like, oh shit, like that's really good.
Oh, thank you. Like, I think we've taken a lot of pride in the tag division.
Yeah. And
just trying to, because there's so many, like our rosters are so talented.
Yeah.
And I think there's so much more we can do with the tag division. I think we're developing it really well.
For sure.
I think we can, that's definitely, it's still like a very, February 2019. So like that's a year and a half.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah.
So it's still relatively new. Like it's still it's in infancy.
Infancy.
Yeah. Pushing's distracting me. So I think that's still a division that can keep getting grown too, and it's just good to be a part of that. And like, working and coming up with tag team moves. It's like I've always been a singles. You were too. Like you always were in like singles, and then you did the tag team with Sarah.
Yeah. Sarah.
And it's like it's so fun coming up with like tag moves.
Yes. Oh yeah.
You bounce off that person. So yeah, like definitely. The last year and a half has really taught me how much I love tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
Because you can actually get more creative with your storytelling too.
Yeah.
Because you've got like other people that can come into it, and I don't know. Did you have a preference between singles and tag?
Well, no, I don't know. It's different. Like it's different because like with singles, there's obviously like you want to make sure that you get certain things done like for you in your head. Like okay, when I started this, I wanted to be women's champion, or I wanted to, be the first to compete in a Royal Rumble or whatever it is, But then as a tag wrestler, like I guess I didn't realize how much I was going to enjoy it and how much I was going to blossom in the role too, I really grew up in that. And oh God, I don't know if I ever told you about my debut in TNA, but like with Sarah, like we were thinking, mind you, like she was like I was so intimidated by her initially because she's gorgeous. She knows how. She's a crazy wrestler. Like I was just
she'd like wrestled all over the world, like Mexico, Japan. Like I could see like
Dude, I was in awe of her, and I was just like, oh no, I am. I was like, don't expect that out of me. Like I was a baby when I met her. I was in the business for 2 years. Yeah.
I was just about to say you were like you were a baby.
Yeah. And she was just like, yeah, no, we're gonna do this and this. And she's like, well, you know how to do this, so we'll do this. And I was just like, yeah. Sure.
Hey, I've always fake it till you make it.
Exactly. Until you get a big stain on your pants. See, what happened was, we had our first match as a tag team. And it was my debut. Everything was going great. And then we did this one tag move where I like did a wheelbarrow like around her waist where she had tanner on. And I was wearing white shorts.
You were wearing white.
Bitch. Oh my God.
That's the start of any favorite story. So I was wearing all white.
Oh yeah. That was the... I think that was the initial, like, so it happened, right? So I did the move, everything's fine, whatever. I have this big stain on my pants, and I didn't even know, right? I'm going along, did this moonsault, and I'm like, yeah, I did this, I didn't, like, everything's great. As soon as I got to the back, Tommy Dreamer goes, oh, yeah, hey, listen, that was great. Did you, like, poop yourself or something? And I was like, did I what? Sorry.
Did you? Oh, no, I can't even say it.
Yeah. And I was just like, no, why? He's like, because you got a big-ass stain on your pants. It's all over, just so you know. You might want to, live TV, but no big deal.
I feel like when it comes to girls, though, like, hopefully, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be a poop stain. Like,
no.
When you see it, it's like instantly, okay, that's tanner, right? Because that's just like, I mean, I don't tan anymore, but I used to, so you like to assume that people would give you the benefit of the doubt and they would instantly know it's tanner.
Yeah.
But, boys are boys and, some, they don't realize, that, but, 9 times out of 10, we don't poop ourselves.
9 times out of 10, anyway. I've heard some stories.
I mean, not from me, No, but I've heard, some, I don't know if we can share it on.
Probably not, but I mean, yeah, that was my first ever, and I never wore white pants after that.
I was going to ask, did you ever get white gear after that?
Nope. And if I did, it had color where that area was, just in case. I mean, we probably never did that move again, but still. That was torture. That was torture because like all I ever got tweeted about, all I ever like saw on the YouTube videos and stuff was like, oh my God, she was so nervous that she pooped her pants, and I was like, no, I wasn't. I promise.
See, I never wore white. The closest thing I can think, because I just never wear white because I'm such a train wreck that I spill things on it. Most of the time it's coffee, but sometimes it's my drool or whatever's happening at that time of the day. So I just never wear white. Like you will rarely see me in white. But I remember I was wearing these. What was it? We were on a coconut show, and I changed over to white because when I first started wrestling, I had white wrestling boots, and it lasted maybe like 4 months before I realised it is hard to keep these clean. Yeah. So I switched to black wrestling boots, and I was very loyal to this pair of wrestling boots. I had them for like 10 years. They were everything. They were perfect. Yeah. They were really worn in, and I had to keep getting them repaired. But so then I decided eventually, I was like, right, okay, I'm walking squint here. Like, I need to get a new pair of boots. It's time. And I'm very loyal, but I was like, no, it's time. I need to get rid of these black boots. So I ordered a new pair of black boots from, I think it was a guy in Mexico. I think I was waiting on the new black boots coming.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, okay, well, I really, I couldn't wear the other black boots anymore. So I was like, all right, because I don't ever throw out. I kept all my old gear. I keep all my old gear. I keep every single piece of gear I've worn. I just keep it because I'm just sentimental, full like that.
No, that's awesome though. Yeah.
I had the white boots on, so I was like, oh, let me bring back the white boots. Like, I know that I'm safe in them. Like, they'll support my ankle, they'll support my feet. My sexy feet. I have to keep them, important. Supported. So it was, and I think I was wearing, for some reason, it was a coconut. I was Insanity. So I was wearing like distressed jeans because I always wrestled in jeans.
Yeah.
and something else. I was probably wearing something on top, right? I definitely was wearing something, like a t-shirt or something. And then, so with the white boots though, and the jeans, and it was like blue jeans, and it was the worst combination. It was horrific. Like,
oh no!
It was such a bad, and like the white was so bright. And it was so like in your face popping, and everything else was like so dark and like dark and disheveled. And I'm just wearing these white boots, and it was like people were tweeting me, and I was just like, oh man, I was like, oh, it would have been fine if I'd worn like tights or something.
Sure.
Just blue jeans. It looked like I was taking a trip to like, I don't know what to tell you, Target, Walmart. I don't know what to tell you. So I just banned white. All white, white is banned.
You know what? Yeah, and I have a banned button on here. So everybody spam banned white. White is banned. That's it.
Yeah, like white boots with blue jeans. Oh, just
so banned.
And I could see other people doing that combination and it worked perfectly, but when I tried it, it just fell apart. Like my entire self-image was in bits. So there'll be no white.
No white for you.
I'll maybe light silver, maybe.
Okay, that's not bad. Is there any? And this is from Mystic Master 106. Is there any wrestler, past or present, that you'd like to wrestle besides Lena Vega?
What was that last part?
Besides Lena Vega.
What?
Besides Lena Vega. I added that part.
Quickly. I was like, besides Zelina Vega. I was like, she's saying it really fast. So any wrestler. Why are you guys going to ask me these like hard questions? Do you know how many talented women we have, like past, present, future, currently? I always loved working with Mickie James. I was actually lucky enough. I got to work with her in England before coming to WWE, and we had a great fun little match.
Oh my god, I saw that. I feel like I've seen that.
I don't know, it was in Norwich, or maybe it was in Norwich.
I feel like I saw that online.
Maybe. Or did we wrestle a couple of times? Maybe we wrestled a couple of times. And we actually haven't got to work together a lot, if anything, in WWE. So when Mickie comes back, like I would love to work with her more. I even said if we had an Evolution 2, we said, I think I'd love that match, like me and Alexa versus maybe Mickie and Trish, or Trish and Lita.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You've also got you always, like Mickie and Trish had like one of the best storylines, that WrestleMania match they had. So that would, and then Mickie also has the history with Lexi. So I think that would be a very interesting match.
That's really cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then it's always funny because like Mickie and Nikki, and I was like, Nikki, I just have, besides Zelina Vega, guys, if you're going to make me choose, if I'm not allowed to choose Zelina Vega.
Well,
so that, I think, we'll go with,
Mickie James. I like that. And this from DJ Run 789, favorite moment with Z. Nikki, this can be any time in the ring, backstage, or on the road. I think I know my answer for this one, I know what it is.
What was the question?
What's your favorite moment with me? Or a funny moment that you can remember, yeah.
Funny moment.
Mine begins with the airport and ends with coffee.
Oh my god, there's been so many airport coffee stories. Good lord.
Or you teaching me Scottish too. Sure.
Teaching me I have like the worst memory. That's why when you said come on and tell some old road stories, I had to be like, let me think, because like my memory is so bad. Oh my god, do you remember? No, do you remember our flight got cancelled and we were waiting in the Delta line?
Yes. Oh my god.
What was the outcome of that? Did we end up just driving? Like, what was the?
I don't even remember. I want to say.
And the woman, do you remember the woman was like really mean?
Oh yeah.
And then I was like killing her with kindness, and you were like, you should have like. I was like, no, I'm a big believer in like if someone is kill them with kindness.
Yeah, and I wish that I could have that in me. I really do. Like, there's been so many times where I've seen you be you, and I've been like, man, I wish I could do it, but I can't. Like, my brain just won't let me get there. Like, I was pissed off at Amazon yesterday, and I'm like,
Oh.
you shouldn't be this pissed. But
Should be this angry.
yeah, but I was like, man, you kind of talking like you're a mobster. You gotta chill out. Like, but
With me and like airport, I don't know. For me, I'm always like, I always think like, especially in places like airports, I always think someone could be recording you. So for me,
yeah,
that's why I've
that's
always
true.
been super like, just kill with kindness, kill with kindness, kill with
Yeah.
like, you know. And it ends up like, I know I've been really angry sometimes, and then if someone's really nice to me, it actually makes me more. It gets under my skin more.
Oh,
So like,
yeah, that's
I
true.
always kind of think like, if kill with kindness, you're going to get under their skin more.
Yeah.
So like, you know, that's, you know, but
I'm with
at the
that.
end, but then like you know, when I see you, I'm like, she's badass. Like, she's a badass. Like, it's very like, and I think it's like admirable. So that's something
Thank
you
you.
shouldn't like, you know. If you want to yell at Amazon, you know what did they do? You tell me what they did, and
We'll get at them.
we'll deal with that, you know. But as you know, I do feel for like delivery workers, especially during like this time and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so we especially I think we I was ashamed yesterday, man. I woke up and at Uber Eats the Starbucks. And I was like, because it's like a 10-minute drive from my house. I was like, I could easily get in the car and drive.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sheer laziness, man. I was like,
at least you embrace it.
But I was just like, and then like, I like made sure to like tap the person really well.
See, but that's good. Yeah, for sure.
Like, I felt ashamed. I was like, this is such a close drive.
No, Amazon was being stupid. Like, it wasn't, I don't know. Like, my thing is, if I've had my account with Amazon for years and years and years, and they just randomly decided, oh no, that's a, you know, because if they have like a question about an order, they usually always call me. But this day, they were like, no, we're not going to call her. We're just going to cancel her account. Bah. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Your entire account?
Mm-hmm. Everything was, I had to do everything over. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why I was a little like, but.
Oh no, that's. I don't know why they like sometimes with the bank that I'm with, like sometimes I'll try and do like something like I'll swipe at a gas station or swipe or somewhere, and like they'll just be like, oh, payment not accepted, and like then like I like the fact that they're making sure it's me. Like they'll send me a text saying, did you try this transaction, and you'll text back saying yes or no. Like I like that they do that, but then there's been times where I'm like, it's just a pain.
They're like the wizard, and I have to like beg them for my money. I'm like, stop it, no, it's fine.
And it's like embarrassing because you're like, let's just try this card. Like you feel like you've done something wrong. You're like, oh, just try this card. Like, oh, yeah. I swear, I'm like, I'm innocent and honest.
And I'm not trying to steal, I promise.
So that's the only thing when I'm like, but you know. But.
Yeah. Oh, this is an interesting one, and I have a really bad memory too. So I'm curious if you even remember. But V Bad Gamer wants to know, how did you guys meet?
How did we meet? So I remember. Okay, so I remember two. I remember really distinctly. I do have, like I said, the bad memory, but I remember distinctly. We were talking at Full Sail. I remember that conversation with a really long, and we were in the makeup area of Full Sail, where it used to be. And I think that was a couple of weeks before you came on board. I think that was.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that was probably when they like stuck me in the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was before that, and then I remember another time it was an arena, in I think because we had both done the Rosebud and like the extra work, and I remember we had the longest conversation about that, and it was like, and it was like, I think it was because, you know, correct me if I'm getting anything wrong, just correct me, but like, you know, I think it was like we're both kind of at that point, I think we were both not signed yet, and we were both kind of like in that kind of like, oh man, like, you know, we actually like kept each other's like spirits up and kind of kept each other kind of inspired, like just keep at it, and then I think like, and then I think we like, I think that was like around about the same year we started, right? Like 2016.
So mine was technically 2017.
Okay.
But I was like, they had brought me in a few times at that point, so that I had gotten there later. Yes.
I remember you wrestled Asuka. Yes.
Yeah. So I think that was around that time, and then by the time, because I had to do the movie first, so that I
Yes.
couldn't sign yet because I had to finish that, and then they got me in. So I was
Okay.
supposed to be there a lot sooner, but because we did the movie, we had to like finish out that thing first, and then
I
that.
love the movie.
Thank you.
I watched it on a plane. I watched it on a plane, and I was like in tears. I was like,
Oh.
I was sitting. I don't know where I was sitting. And I was just like, tears were coming, and I was like, really, I was like making sure no one could see me because it was one of those flights where everyone's on it.
Of course, yeah.
So you're trying to like be like, try to be really discreet. I'm like, but it was really emotional, and it was awesome.
Thank
It was
you.
awesome.
I mean, the main girl, Florence, I mean, everyone did a great job, but Florence, like, she was so nervous about making sure that she wanted to do, like, she wanted to be respectful to the business, and she wanted to be respectful to Paige, and she was such a sweetheart, and, like, she really wanted to make sure that she did her best, and I always see that when I watch it, but it's, so something that you said is interesting. The plane, whenever we're on the plane, I don't know if you feel this way too, but I had this talk with TJ. Whenever you're on a plane, for some reason, your emotions are kicked up like 10 times more. And things that you normally wouldn't cry about, you're crying about on a plane. I don't know why, but that's how I feel. Like, I watched Beauty and the Beast, and I was like, why am I crying? What is this?
Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah.
Aww. So for me, I remember, so I get what you mean. Yeah, I feel like the altitude and the emotions, but I remember, like, you've just reminded me of a story there where I was coming back from the UK. It was maybe Christmas time. So there's a bunch of Scottish people on the plane. So, you know, there's a lot of beverages being there's a lot of beverages, not me, just the other Scottish people,
Right.
And I'm by myself. I'm flying back. It was Christmas time, going back to America after being at home for Christmas, and we get really bad turbulence, like really, 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 like really bad turbulence, like probably the worst turbulence I've ever experienced in my life. And this is going to sound really morbid, so please forgive me, guys. I just remember I was just sitting there and I was just like, all right, okay. I was like, okay, we're all going to go at some point. Like, that was like, I was so calm about it, because normally, like, I get like so like, ooh, like, highly strung. But this time I was just like, all right, like, there's nothing I can do. I'm helpless. There's nothing I can do. If it's it's time to go. It's time to go. And then the girl across the aisle.
Oh no.
She'd had a bit to, a few beverages at this point, because on those international flights, they have free beverages, and she'd had a few, and she was sobbing. She was like crying. She really, like, the turbulence just wasn't going away.
Right.
And the captain kept speaking to us over the tannoy, the call, and she was sobbing, like she was like hysterically crying.
Oh my god.
And like her boyfriend is like trying to calm her down, and I'm just across the aisle just watching all this unfold.
Yeah.
I'm like okay. All right. I don't know if that's what kept me calmer, because
Maybe.
she was so I was like, she's like, freaking out, and like I had a tissue, like I had a pack of tissues because I'm like a sniffer.
Yeah.
Like, I always sniff, like I've got allergies, so I always blow my nose. I've always got jaggy bogies. I'm always so I just like handed over the tissues because I'm just like, I don't know what to say, so I'm just like, here's a bunch of tissues.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if seeing her being so hysterical is what made me calm. I don't
That's
know.
pretty crazy, though. I mean,
I was
like,
just like, I was like, okay. I was like, she calmed down, but like, you definitely, I don't know if it was the beverages. I don't know if, she'd just never been on a plane, but like, I think it was her first.
Maybe, okay.
She didn't seem like the most experienced of flyers, so I don't know, man. It was
the emotions, the altitude, the beverages, and the first time.
And then I gave her tissues.
Oh.
At least she had tissue.
At least at least her face was somewhat dry. There's that.
Yeah, dry that eyeliner,
Exactly.
And then she was fine. We landed in Florida, and then she was happy. She was going to see Mickey. She was like, I'm going to Disneyland. So
oh my god.
So we landed, and she was fine.
Imagine she was like crying hysterically the whole time, and then the second she landed, she went, "All right, I'm good," and like walked away.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'm good." But I think it was just, I don't know. Like, sometimes it's just like sometimes it's like, I remember, I think it was Rhonda that was telling me about, she was going swimming with sharks.
Oh, yeah.
She was swimming with sharks. And I was talking, I'm deathly afraid of sharks.
Me too.
in like open water. Like it freaks me out. Can't do
Yep.
it.
Nope.
I will never go on a cruise ever.
Nope.
And I remember talking to Rhonda, and I was like, "How were you? Were you freaking out with someone with the sharks?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, not really." She was like, "There's nothing you can do. Like it's such a calm feeling because you're like the sharks are going to eat you or they're not, you know." And it's almost like a very calm, very zen feeling. And I was like, "Oh, I kind of get that." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like you're at one with nature. Like I kind of get that.
Yeah.
I do hate sharks though. Like,
Yeah.
like, did you ever watch those movies, open water, and they get stranded? The scuba diver leaves them.
Yeah. Yep. I've seen a few like that, and I'm like, yeah, no, couldn't do it.
You will never. I see people talking about going on cruises, and I'm like, no, I'll keep my feet on the ground. I can't.
So, like, I've been on a cruise before, and I enjoyed it. However, it's because you don't really notice that you're on it, because it just feels like a big, hotel, basically. Like a moving hotel, but you don't realize it's moving. But, yeah, and I guess I didn't think about it like that, but I don't know, something about hearing it's very zen, knowing that you have no control. I'm like, I would never be zen in that situation ever. I would lose my shit completely.
A bunch of sharks, like.
Yeah,
I watched Jaws when I was like 5. Like I watched it at far too young an age, and I did it. It's it's not my mum and dad's fault. I did it behind their backs, you know. I watched horror movies like way too young.
Yeah.
And so I watched Jaws too young, and it made me like deathly afraid of like even swimming pools.
Oh.
I didn't learn how to swim until I was 11, and even then I still don't really like I can do it, but I don't really like swimming. I don't know. Jaws just
it wrecked you.
Wrecked me for the rest of my life.
Well, speaking about the rest of your life, I love how I try to segue into that. Lenhart87 asked, how did you meet Killian?
Oh,
there we go. There you go.
Just get, hello, Demo. He'll be here for this. He'll be present. So, no. That's so well done. I don't know how this girl does this.
It's cute.
She's so talented. Like, it was a girl that gave it to us at like WrestleMania weekend. She gave it to me, she gave me like a Nikki and a Demo one.
That's so cute.
She's so talented.
I think I know this girl. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. She brings this stuff to like WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
She's really good. I'm not talented. I can do a matchstick man, and that's my length of artistic talent. So we actually met at wrestling school. So we met, I was 19,
Wow, 19, wow.
Yeah, so I joined the wrestling school when I was 18, when I was at uni, and then Killian Demo, he was at the same, he was training at the same wrestling school, and we were friends for, a good amount of time, and then we just got closer, and then we started, I think we realized it was definitely, more than friendship. It was actually our friend's birthday, and when we had our first kiss. And it was we're and then we were just we're with all our friends. Like it was actually we're in like a small kind of group, and we like I said, we were friends for like a long time before anything happened. And he was actually he was just always, I don't know, he was I remember we shared a Galaxy chocolate muffin. It's a type of Galaxy. It's like I think it's Dove. It's called Dove or Dove over here. It's a really awesome chocolate, and there's like a muffin. And I remember our friend was driving. He's dropping us off home. He dropped me off, and then he would drop. Him and Damo both lived in Edinburgh at this time, and I was in Glasgow still. And we had been a crap day. And for whatever reason, and we shared a Galaxy muffin. We shared a little chocolate muffin, and then our first date, we went to go and see Mamma Mia. That was our first. Mamma Mia does a show again, and we went for a little pub. Went to a pub, had some dinner, and then went to watch a movie, and that was kind of. I don't know, that was kind of it from the get-go, and that was 12 years ago, 11 years ago.
Wow, that's amazing.
And we and it's been we always like, I don't know, we're always very it could have happened a completely different way.
Mm-hmm.
In the terms of like, we both got signed round about the same time.
Yeah.
So we're very lucky because that it might not have happened like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I always feel very blessed, and like no matter how crap, like sometimes you're in a bad mood or sometimes you're stressed out, but no matter what, you're kind of like, well, I literally, me and my husband both managed to get like the job of our dreams at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I think we're like 6 months apart.
Mm-hmm.
So I always feel very blessed because of that. Because that it meant that he coming over was easier for both of us, and it was just better. It just worked out really well. So I always feel lucky. I'm always like, okay, this is like, is this good karma? Am I about to get hit by a bus? Is this too good to be true? Like, I always have a very pessimistic tone. I'm always super pessimistic. So I'm always like, all right, well, this is too good to be true. So we're going to get hit, I'm going to get hit by a bus or eaten by a shark.
Randomly, a shark just jumps through the faucet. And
jumps in my bath, because I